100 teenage girls from 7 countries gathered recently in Malawi for a Women in Science camp. Reporter Lamek Masina has the story.
Experts from the Intel Corporation and Google teach the girls to develop mobile phone apps. It's one of several lessons offered at this 2-week camp. The hope is that these teens will go on to pursue studies and careers in science, technology, engineering, arts and maths, also known as STEM fields.
We want every girl that participates in this camp to walk away with the knowledge and the confidence that if they want to develop computer applications, then they absolutely can. And we're giving them the building blocks and access to start doing that.
The camp was made possible by the UN Scale Up campaign, the US-based Intel Corporation, and the US Department of State.
Those fields everywhere, in my country, the United States, here in Malawi, and in many countries around the world, those fields tend to be dominated by men. It's time for that to change.
Role models were invited to share their experiences with the campers. The guests included former American NASA astronaut Leland Mevin and Malawi's only 2 female pilots, Captain Yolanda Kaunda and First Officer Lusekelo Mwenefumbo.
I was undermined as a girl, that I probably couldn't do the job, or I couldn't do it as good as a man. But the training is the same for a man and a woman. I mean, that's why we're called pilots, not pilotesses.
And those guys are really like inspiring people. And I learned that all of them, what they're like doing very important things, and they're in like male-dominated fields, and that they actually made it possible.
What I learned is like, even if I want to be like in the STEM field, so I need to work hard for it, and I will achieve it even if I'm a girl.
Organizers say more is expected from the girls after the camp.
These girls are going to go home and change their communities. They're going to bring this knowledge back to their schools. They're going to start Girl Up clubs, and they're going to be the leaders in science, technology, engineering, arts, and math.
STEM camps have also been held in Rwanda and Peru since 2015. In all, about 300 teenage girls have participated. Lamek Masina for VOA News, Cholo, Malawi.
Getting to a hospital can be difficult for some, but in South Africa, Philofepa, a mobile clinic, also known as the Train of Hope, is bringing affordable health care to thousands of people right where they are. Take a look.
The Philofepa train, known here as the Train of Hope, draws crowds wherever it goes. The 19-car clinic on rails tours South Africa, offering affordable health care to residents in remote areas. At a recent stop in Delmas, a small farming town east of South Africa's economic capital, Johannesburg, patients on queue wait for an opportunity to benefit from the services. The mobile train clinic is a lifeline for the 7,399 residents here, most of whom cannot afford public hospitals. The train offers services such as an eye clinic, general medicine, dentistry, psychology services, and a fully stocked pharmacy.
Most of the provinces, we realize that patients will go to the hospital and then they have been screened. Some of them, it takes so long for them to receive their spectacles. Whereas when you come on Philofepa Healthcare Train, we've got the same-day service.
Depending on the size of the community it's serving, the mobile train clinic spends 1 or 2 weeks at each stop.
It's actually a very great initiative, and it actually helps to, those people who actually have challenges with eyesight and stuff like that. But with all other medical problems that people might have.
Run by South African rail, port and pipeline company Transnet, the train has about 20 permanent resident medical and administration staff, as well as a rotating crew of medical students from various universities in South Africa.
There are a lot of patients we see compared to where we come from in the hospital. Maybe we see per person, I see maybe like 20 patients, or 15. But let's say from 15 to 18, yeah, per person.
Launched in 1994, the mobile train clinic has reached over 23 million people around South Africa. The doctors say there are currently 2 of those trains that offer medical services around South Africa for 9 months of the year.
You're watching Africa 54. I'm Esther Githui in Washington. Continuing with our stories about new technologies, a battery-free mobile phone may one day come to the market. VOA's George Putich has more.
Hi there. Hi, I'm calling from a battery-free cell phone.
I can hear you pretty well.
It may not be quite on par with Alexander Graham Bell's discovery of phone technology, but these 2 University of Washington researchers say their breakthrough is a big deal.
This battery-free phone is a major leap in terms of the capabilities of battery-free devices, because now we have a streaming device that can continuously talk as well as receive data, which is basically a phone.
Don't cell phones use too much electricity to be able to run without batteries? Yes, they do.
If you look at a typical cell phone, it actually consumes about hundreds of milliwatts of power when it's doing voice calls, and it's impossible to actually make a device like that to be battery-free. So what we did as a first challenge was to actually get that power number down by orders of magnitude.
Once they've done that, they had a phone that could take advantage of the electromagnetic energy pulsing all around us in the form of radio frequency or RF waves.
Ambient RF waves are all around us. So as an example, your FM stations broadcast radio waves. Your AM stations do that, your TV stations, your cell phone towers, they all are transmitting RF waves.
The phone literally feeds off all this ambient energy. You can't do all the things you can on your current smartphone, but it does mean even if your battery is dead, you're not stranded.
In the future, every smartphone would come with a battery-free mode where you can at least make a voice call when your battery is dead.
With this proof of concept behind them, the 2 researchers are now working on scaling up the product, allowing battery-free texting or web surfing.
We are really excited about this technology, and the University of Washington has an IP for this, and we are looking for avenues to basically commercialize and actually get this into people's hands and actually deploy this system more widely.
The team expects to have a product ready for the market in less than a year. For writer Kevin Enox, I'm George Putich, VOA News, Washington.
It's time now for a short break, but before we go, a reminder to visit our website, channelstv.com, for all the latest information around the clock. You can also find us at youtube.com/channelsweb. And still to come, in Egypt, one young woman is carrying an old tradition of foot ironing. No electricity necessary for her either. We'll have that story after the break.